The next thing that we may want to do is to apply materials. We may want to apply materials. Now one thing that you will note here is that it depends on the modeling software you are using. If you are using Revit, these materials are based on the materials you selected in Revit. If, for instance, I select this grass now, this grass, if I select it, the architectural models that I used was a floor. But if I click on the properties, you see that what I used was under the material, I name it as grass lawn. And if I go to Lumion and look at it, if I pick, this is where I can apply material. If I pick it and hover my cursor over it, you see it is bearing the same material name. So I select it. If I select it, I can now apply another material to it here. Now this is a grass. Since it's a grass, what I would do for it to look like a grass in reality, if I leave my cursor now and we look at it critically, you see that the grass has not grown. It's just looking flat. That one is looking flat, and we don't want it to look flat. We want it to look like a grass that has grown up. We want it to grow. So for you to make it to grow, you are going to click on this. You select it. While it is still selected, you will select this landscape, and once you hit it, you click on it, boom, the grass is already applied. The natural grass is already applied. You can see it is very interesting, and the grass has already grown. This is great. Okay, now we are going to apply other materials. Okay, now you see that this is a wall. This wall, it is bearing the same material we applied in Revit, but we can tweak it a little bit. We can touch it to look more interesting. So if I select it now, I can apply standard material. Apply standard material meaning that it will have some of the properties that it inherited from Revit. That is what standard means. It is going to have some properties that it has inherited from Revit. For instance, the color will be maintained, and I can reduce the gloss. I can also reduce the reflectivity. Okay, then if it has a map, the map will still be there. The material map will still be there. Then I can apply other things that we'll look at later on. Okay, so but what if I want to change the material? I want to change it from standard material to Lumion material. In that case, I will click on this icon, and I can click on outdoor. I will click on plaster. I can select any of these, and we'll now have a different material map. We have a different material map, and here I can take the colorization upward a little bit so that it will reflect its real color. Then I can drag the gloss down a little bit. I can reduce the reflectivity It depends on the material that I want and some other things that we will adjust later. Okay, then one other interesting things that you can do with this Lumion material is that I can copy this material and apply it to another material. I can go to copy. If I copy it now, I go to this fence material, and while the fence material is selected, I will apply standard material. If I apply standard material, then I can paste the one I copied before so that they look exactly the same. And after I've pasted it, maybe I want this one for fence to be a little bit different from the I want it to be different from that of the main wall. So what I will do is I'm going to touch it a little bit. I can change the color a little bit. Maybe I want it to be grayish, a kind of a light gray, but the gray will not be too much. So I'll come here and change the color. I drag it down small. Okay, not too much. Okay, so you can see that fence is a little bit different from the wall now, and we are okay with that. Then for this pavement, I want it to look like an interlock, a realistic interlock. So I will select it. And go to outdoor. I am going to select stones. Okay, I'll select stone. Then I'm going to look for something that look like interlock. This is the one I enjoyed most, and you can see it's looking realistic like a real interlock. Then if you are done applying the material, you can check this box, you can check this mark, and the material will be saved. If you don't save it and you click on escape, you are going to lose all the settings you have done, and that will not be desirable. That's not what we want. Okay, so one other things that we will do is we may okay, now this one we have not applied any material yet. Okay, let me show you how to one of the things that you will enjoy with standard material. If for instance I go to roof, let's see our roof. This is our roof. So if I select this roof now, and the roof is already looking interesting, but I want to apply some of the properties of Lumion to it, and I want to retain my map, my bump map. So since I want to retain the bump map, what I will do is to apply standard material, and I will reduce the glossiness and reduce the reflectivity. Then this one I can take it down by clicking on it. The bump will either go down or go up. So whichever one that appears best for you, you can use it. Now here we still have our Revit bump map. So this, if it's interesting, then we don't need to change it. If I increase the colorization now, you see that the color is going to be changing. It's going to be changing, depends on what you want. What if I take it down to be a little bit darker? If I want it to be darker, I can take this down. If I take it down, then I push this one up, then it is going to show that it is dark. It's going to show that it's dark. Then what if I change it towards the red? I want it to go towards brown or red. I want it to be reddish in nature. I want to add more of red to it. Okay, then I take this one up a little bit. So the color is working. So I can save this one. I can save it. Then there are other ones that I can adjust. I want to adjust this concrete fascia. I want to adjust this fascia. To adjust it, I simply select it. Then I can apply standard material to still retain the Revit property. Then I will reduce the glossiness. I will reduce the reflectivity. And one interesting thing here is we can add weathering. Weathering makes your rendering to be realistic. It gives it that the edge is not sharp. The edge is a little bit curved. The edge is not sharp. If the edge is sharp, it will not look realistic, and it is this weathering that controls that. Okay, so we have our material applied. We are going to go to the next video